Welcome to the Knoc Knef Podcast. How you doing? I'm Knoc
Knef CEO.
Today we got some topics for you. We're gonna hit you with. Hit them with them, Knef.
So you live in the Bay, I live in the Valley, and June 15th, everything's opening back up. Vegas is actually opening up tomorrow, which is the 1st.
Wow.
That's big. But out here and where I stay, things are a little different. We still kind of on lockdown, still have a mask mandate, still have to go, no places with a bunch of people not being protected.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is where I live, people don't give a fuck. Where I live, when I go to the store, there's multiple examples of people out there just not even bringing their mask into the store. How you feel about that?
First question is, are these people melanated?
They look like this side of my hand, not like this side.
So we're dealing with something we talked about before. It's called entitlement. They're not doing it whether they don't believe in the fact that there is a virus or they just don't give a fuck about others. But they're operating on their own accord, because I was just recently out your way dropping my dogs off, and I went to get some gas, and everybody that had melanin had a mask on. Hispanic brother across the way in the old school had a mask on. Asian brother walking up had a mask on. Indian store owner, mask on. But the people who didn't wear masks didn't have melanin.
And that seems to be the norm out there. It seems to be the norm. Don't get me wrong. I walked into a store on my phone, took 5 steps in and was like, oh, and turned around, grabbed my mask, came back in. I could have went in there and grabbed the orange juice or grabbed the biscuits or whatever I was, butter, whatever I was getting, coffee mate, creamer, and walked out. And they probably wouldn't have said anything to me. But the fact of the matter is that I had respect for other people enough to where if I was sick, then I was going to protect myself and protect them from getting my sick.
And I think that's the biggest thing with all this. Like I said, if you go, like I said, coming from where you live in the central, not even the Central Valley, just in the valley, and Republican stronghold. Let's keep it 100. Densely populated Republican area, where people don't believe that the virus is true. People don't believe in the vaccines. People don't believe in the whole process. It was part of a hoax to a lot of people, or they just don't believe it's as bad as what we're saying it is. But you come to Oakland, most of the people have on masks, and the ones that are fighting the science of this are pretty ignorant to
the ins and outs
of it, or the mere fact that they listen to what somebody else says and then they're worried. But my thing is, these are the same people who vaccinate their kids so their kids can go to school. So you're willing to take a risk with your kid's life, but you're not willing to take a risk with your own in order to stay alive for the kids. It's interesting, man, because like you said, it's a bit of entitlement. And people want to act like, especially Caucasian people, want to act like they don't run around acting like they're entitled. But that is the ultimate show of entitlement. Right now, we're in a global pandemic. This hasn't happened for 100 years, and they've created vaccines on the fly that have had certain, what they call them, side effects and all kinds of stuff like that. But the mere fact that science has proven that they work. And in order for everybody to be good, we all should take these viruses, but they failed to do that.
I'm more centrist when it comes to the vaccine. So for me, when it comes to the vaccine, I believe in the vaccine, but I also have my doubts. I've been in medical for years. Even if you are vaccinated or not, wear a mask. it's strictly out of protection. The New York Yankees had 9 people on their staff and players who are all vaccinated, but all tested positive for COVID. Mm-hmm. So just because you get the vaccine doesn't mean that you're not going to be infected with this disease.
But it does mean you're not going to die.
But it does mean your symptoms will be, and you won't die. Mm-hmm. Now, a great example of this was, we all drive cars. We all wear seatbelts. If all of us get in a car accident, we all might live or we all might die. Mm-hmm. The seatbelt is there to help protect you.
No. The seatbelt is there to give you an extra percentage of a chance to survive.
And that's the same
thing. And it's been shown that
more
people survive wearing a seatbelt than not wearing
Absolutely.
a seatbelt.
So, but it's not 100% guaranteed.
Right. But here's the thing. The government said wear a seatbelt. Your ass wears a seatbelt. The government is asking you to get a vaccine.
And this is the problem I have, because the people who are about law and order, those same law and order people who voted for Trump, and those same Republican law and order people who are Caucasian, are those same law and order people who want to rebel against this vaccine, which is very, very odd to me. And like I said, I live right in the middle of it. So me going to the store, going to get my coffee mate, going to get my creamer, going to get my butter, going to get whatever I'm going to get, I go in there, I see 2 sets of white people not wearing a mask. Not like they don't have a mask on them, or they don't have a mask, under their nose or on their chin. Nowhere on them. And one was a husband and wife who were just out there shopping and this and that. The other one was a mother and a daughter. Mm-hmm. The daughter couldn't have been more than 14 or 15. She wears a mask every day at school, because our schools are open. Mm-hmm. Every day at school she wears a mask. So it's either coming down, shit rolling downhill. She's telling her daughter, you don't need that. You don't need to wear this over here. Mm-hmm. Or just don't care. It doesn't matter. Vaccine, non-vaccine, wear a damn mask until they say it's cool. I'm okay with that.
I'm going to make a statement that I know is going to be controversial, but the statement stands for itself. It is the same people that want to enforce laws and changes on others that don't want to abide by the laws themselves.
When those laws impede them, they rebel against them.
Yeah. So
the same people that don't want to have vaccination cards are the same people who want others to have green cards. Mm-hmm. And that's a very, very, very fundamental, foundational point in this whole thing. And they need to look at themselves when it comes down to it.
The good old pandemic has brought out a lot in us. So another thing I want to talk about is the fact that so many people still haven't been vaccinated.
Yeah.
I know people, professional people, that these are not ignorant people, these are not dumb people, who refuse to take the virus, but they on planes going to Hawaii, they on planes going to Vegas, they on planes going to Atlanta, and I can't lie, I'm not feeling comfortable with the reopening. I'm not, because to me, I know so many people who have not got vaccinated.
Yeah.
And my thing is, they super spreaders. You know what I mean?
And it's hard, because those are the same people who are refusing to get vaccinated are the same people who don't care. They don't care. Like, they don't care to protect themselves. They don't care to protect others. They just do not care. Mm-mm. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, being in medical, look, they call doctors and what they do a practice, because that's what it is. They practice on your ass. I've learned that from doctors. They call it a practice because they practice on you. They don't know what's going to happen with your body. They don't know what's going to happen with your asthma if they give you this. They don't know. They have an idea over test and test and test. Mm-hmm. But it's all practice. Mm-hmm. So just take that in consideration.
Yeah, take that in consideration when while you're not getting your vaccine, while you're traveling amongst the world,
you start coughing
it out, and somebody coughs. You look over and you're like, Is he vaccinated? All I gotta say is be mindful of others. If you want this to work, we all gotta work towards the same goal. Get vaccinated.
Do unto others. That's not. I'm Neff. Till next time.